Hey everyone, it's Shotzi for the Rough Cuts. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite movies from South by Southwest, and it was actually one of my two favorite comedies from the festival, along with Neighbors, and that is What We Do in the Shadows. Neighbors, by the way, is coming out this Friday. Definitely go check that out. It is Seth Rogen being Seth Rogen, but married and with a baby. But if you like that, you're gonna love this. It's a lot of fun. You also have the bonus of Zac Efron looking extremely pretty in this. It's a funny movie. But today I'm going to be talking about What We Do in the Shadows. This was written and directed by Jemaine Clement and Taika Waititi, also starring the two of them along with Jonathan Brugh. I honestly do not know how to pronounce his last name. I will put it down right here. But this movie is hilarious. Unfortunately, not a lot of people are familiar with Taika Waititi's work in the US, and he's awesome. He's really, really awesome. Most people are familiar with Jemaine Clement because of Flight of the Conchords, and this is such a funny movie. It's consistently funny throughout the entire film. Now, the premise of this, it's a vampire movie, but it's one that has a kind of new twist to it. It's a mockumentary, and it's about these four vampires, Vladislav, Viago, Deacon, and Peter, who are living together in a house, and it's just sort of following their daily lives leading up to the Dark Ball. So, like, the ball is this event that happens every year where all of the creatures of the night look forward to. It's their big event for the year. And it's just going through their day-to-day life on how, things have become different in modern times and how they have to adjust. You have people who aren't paying their rent on time, others who haven't been pulling their weight around the house by not doing the dishes, how difficult blood cleanup can be in the living room if you hit, the wrong kind of artery. And it's just these little tiny mundane things. It's so subtle, but it's really funny. I mean, just things like getting dressed and looking fashionable without having a reflection. So the guys have to sketch each other out so they could see how they look before going out. And then because you have the hipster vampires from all the Twilight films, and a lot of people are going out and buying their clothes, how difficult thrift store shopping has become for them in recent years. So it's just little things. It sounds really silly, and it is really silly, but it works incredibly well. When Jemaine Clement and Taika Waititi get together, they come up with pure gold every time. And this is definitely no exception to that. Everything in this is really well written, well acted by all of the performers involved, from the leads to the supporting cast, and they come up with things that you wouldn't really expect. Like, you wouldn't think about it happening, but when it happens in this, it works so well. Like when they're going for a walk and then they come across this werewolf gang, and just the verbal attacks between the two. They're so incredibly goofy, but it's hilarious. Everything works. So this is opening in New Zealand this month, and they're hoping to get distribution in North America. I think they will because it's hilarious. It played really well at South by Southwest. They had additional screenings of it because it was so popular during the time. And when it comes out here, and I'm sure that it will, definitely go and see it, What We Do in the Shadows. Also, check out Neighbors. Completely different kind of humor, but it's also really funny. It's raunchy-er. I guess it is. Yeah, I guess it would be considered raunchy. Like there's a dildo fight in it, So it's yeah, that's raunchy, but it doesn't really go over any sort of line. And it's funny. It's funny. It's a funny movie. So you've got frat humor in there. I'll say that. You've got frat humor. I will see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye.